Good morning to you all. Welcome to this class. Today we are going to discuss about the chapter 4 from the diary of Anne Frank. This is the 10th CBSE English. Okay. So, in our last session, we have discussed the introduction part of the Anne Frank, this chapter. You have already known that what are the importances of diary, and diary writing is very important. The Anne Frank's diary writings becomes very famous book, already. Okay, yes. So now here we go for the lesson chapter 4 from the diary of Anne Frank. Okay, yes. So listen carefully. Writing in a diary is a really strange experience for someone like me. Not only because I have never written anything before, but also because it seems to me that later on neither I nor anyone else will be interested in the musings of a 13-year-old schoolgirl. So here, she was saying that writing in a diary is a strange experience. Strange means it's a type of strange experience for someone like Anne. Not only because I have written anything before. So not only it is not that she had never written in that type of diary, but also it seems to me. So it means she thought that. So who can read the issues of a 13-year-old girls? Okay, so here, so listen carefully. But also because it seems to me that later on neither I nor anyone else will be interested in the musings. Musings means here, music means a period of reflection or thought. So, how can a person come to read of a musings of a 13-year-old girl? Musings means here thought. Okay. So, diary means writing the thoughts of one's own. Okay. So she thinks that she was thinking that. So how can a person come to read my musings? Musings means thoughts, full of thoughts. Okay, yes. Oh well, it does not matter. I feel like writing. She feels like writing, just writing. And I have an even greater need to get all kinds of things off my chest. Here, get all kinds of things off my chest means here. See, get all kinds of things off my chest means express feelings of heart. Okay, so for anyone, for any kind of person, there is a kind of feelings were there, and there is a kind of expression are there. So that cannot be expressed in front of anyone. So that things must be in secret. Okay, must be in secret, and must express in front of a kind of a friend, close friend. So in this order she wants to write in a diary her own expressions, that they can't that she cannot express in front of anyone. Okay, yes. Paper has more patience than people. I thought of this saying on one of those days when I was feeling a little depressed and I was sitting at home with my chin in my hands, bored and listless, wondering whether to stay in or go out. I finally stayed where I was brooding. Yes, paper does have more patience. And since I am not planning to let anyone else read this stiff backed notebook, grandly referred to as a diary, unless I should ever find a real friend. It probably won't make a bit of a difference. So here she explains it means for what reason she come to write a diary. Okay, yes, paper sorry paper has more patience than people. Paper, if you get a paper, if you want to write something, you can write. Okay, if you get a people, if you get a person, you want to share experience with him, she get it means the it means someone get bored. If someone get bored, you also get something something annoy. Okay, so that is why she wants to write her own expressions in a particular diary. Okay, so diary means what? The it means personal issues, okay, that cannot be shared to someone. Okay, that is why that is why she was saying that paper has more patience. Paper has more patience than people. People cannot hear someone's story for a long time, but in paper, whatever you like, whatever you write, whatever you write, how much ever you write, paper hasn't take any bore. Okay, yes, I thought of this saying on one of those days when I was feeling a little depressed and was sitting at home with my chin in my hands, bored and listless, wondering whether to stay in or go out. So this thought, this diary writing thought came to her, when of those days when she was feeling so little depressed. Okay, little depressed. Once that sitting in home, she was sitting in home with with her chin in her hands like this, getting bored. Okay, so the her diary writing thought was came to her when she was in a state of bore, very boreness. Okay, yes, wondering whether, it means she get very bored. So that is why she thinks that staying inside the home and go outside. So in these type of thinking, she had, it means when she had these type of thinkings, so the diary writing idea came to her. Okay, yes, I finally stayed where I was brooding. Brooding means here nothing but a engage in deep thought or deep thinking. Okay, so it means some people get very brood people means here getting very engaged in deep thinking, it is called a brood. Okay, so and also a kind of a brood girl means here a lot of engage in a deep thinking. Okay, yes, what it means brooding. Yes, paper does have a more patience, and since I am not planning to let anyone else read this stiff backed notebook. Stiff backed notebook means diary means it means a cover, diary covered with a stiff back. Stiff back means here something paper, design paper, covered a diary. This is called as a stiff backed notebook. Grandly means nicely, referred to as a diary. Diary means it is not an ordinary book. If you look at a diary, it seems very different book than others. Okay, so stiff back here, differently covered notebook, unless I should ever find a real friend. So uh, she had not friends ever. Okay, it probably won't make a bit of difference. So that is why she was wanted to write her own expression in a diary type. Okay, yes. Now I am back to the point that prompted me to keep a diary in the first place. I don't have a friend. She no and Anne wasn't have a friend in her school or also in some. So that is why she wants to write. She wants to write her own expression or her own thoughts in a particular diary. So that is why she prompted. She prompted. It means a point prompted to her to keep a diary in a first place. In a first place, okay. Yes, because she don't have a friend. She did not have a friend, real friend. Okay, friends, in friends also there are different friends are there were there. Okay, so a friend, it means a close friend also were there, and some normal friends also were there. Okay, if you want to share something very important, you go to share with, a close friend. Okay, so in this situation, she did not have a real friend. She did not have a very close friend. That is why she went to choose a friend as a diary. Okay, so this seems to be very strange person to you also. Yes, let me put it more clearly. Since no one will believe that a 13-year-old girl is completely alone in the world. Okay? So she wants to get more clearly. Since no one will believe, so no one will believe that 13-year-old girl is completely alone in the world. No, not like that. Okay? So a child cannot be alone in the world. It means a child cannot be alone in the world, because child means more friendly person. Child means more friendly person. So child cannot sit simply. So child go to the other children and play with them. So okay, child means must must have a friend. So a 13-year-old girl is completely alone in the world. This is not be compromise, and I am not. So and also she told that she said that, so I am not that kind of a girl. I have a loving parents. She also cleared that I do. It means I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I'm also have lots of friends. I have a family. She was saying that I have a loving parents and a 16-year-old sister, and there are about 30 people. 30 people I can call friends. She have she have a 30 friends that she can call friends. She have a family. She had a family. She said that she had a family. Seems to have everything except my one two friend. Everyone has. It means normally everyone has a two friend, but this and hadn't a true friend. Hadn't a true friend. I have family, loving aunts, and a good home. No, on the surface, I seem to have everything except my one two friend. So she had a family, she had a parents, she had aunts, she had everything. She had 30 friends, but except one true friend. One true friend is not there. That is why she was going to write his own expression in the diary. All I think about when I am with friends is having a good time. I can't bring myself to talk about anything but ordinary everyday things. We don't seem to be able to get any closer, and that's the problem. Maybe it's my fault that we don't confide in each other. In any case, that's just how things are, and unfortunately, they're not liable to change. This is why I have started the diary. So she she was giving the idea of diary clearly in this situation. So she was saying that she can't bring herself to talk anything in front of in front of all friends. All friends, all I think about when I am with friends is having a good time. I can't bring myself. She can't bring herself to talk anything but ordinary everyday things. So every day all of the persons have issues or things. So that is why she is going to write the daily, it means everyday things in the diary. So again she was saying that we don't seem to be able to get any closer. She did not seem to get any close friend, and that is the problem of her. Maybe it's her fault. It means she was a kind of a she was a kind of a girl that she cannot express her feelings to anyone. That is why she come to know that have a diary to write personal issues. So that's how it means the nature of her is like that. So that is why she has started to the writing diary to enhance the image of this long awaited friend. She called to diary as a long awaited means waiting, long waiting friend in her imagination. So I don't want to jot down the facts in this diary the way most people would do, but I want the diary to be my friend, and I am going to call this friend Kitty. So all the people, most people would write in diary common things, but she want the diary to be my friend. It means a true friend, it means in front of a true friend you can share anything in your life. So she wants the diary as a friend, as a true friend, and she is going to call the diary as a friend. Also she put a she had put a name also. That's name is the name is Kitty. Okay, that Kitty. Okay, and I'm going to call this friend Kitty. She was going to call the diary as Kitty. So this is a very strange. So diary, it means she fixed the diary as a friend. Also she put the name as Kitty. So we must move forward. Since no one would understand a word of my stories to Kitty, if I were to plunge right in means here, start writing at that moment is called as a plunge right in. Plunge right in, I'd better provide a brief sketch of my life, much as I dislike doing so. So my father, the most adorable father I have ever seen. So, didn't marry uh, my mother until he was 36 and she was 25. So, Anne's father was the most adorable. Adorable means here very loving father I have ever seen. I have ever seen. Didn't marry. It means her father married her mother when he was 36. When he was 36 and she was 25. Okay, yes. So his sister, my sister Margot, was born in Frankfurt in Germany in 1926. So sister also Margot was a sister born in Frankfurt in Germany 1926. I was born on 12th June 1929. I lived in Frankfurt until I was born on 12th June 1929. So here Margot, her sister, uh, She was born on she was born on who was born? The Anne was born on 12th June 1929. So she lived in Frankfurt until I was 4. Until she was 4, all the family lived in the Frankfurt. My father emigrated to Holland in 1933. She's father. Her father emigrated means here leaving the own country to the another country, lived there fixedly. It's called as a emigrated. So Anne's family emigrated from Frankfurt to Holland in 1933. My mother Edith Hollander Frank went with him to Holland in September. In September, her mother also Went with him. While Margot and I were sent to Aachen to stay with our grandmother. Margot went to Holland in December, and I followed in February when I was plunked down means here put down in a casual way, plunked down on the table as a birthday present for Margot. Okay, I started right away at the Montessori Nursery School. I stayed there until I was 6, at which time I started in the first form. First form means here first standard, first class. In the sixth form, my teacher was Mrs. Cuperus, the headmistress. At the end of the year, we were both in tears as we said a heartbreaking farewell. So it means she was expressing very school days. Okay, so she has sent to her grandmother's place, Achin. Okay, uh, so she started right away at the Montessori Nursery School. So she stayed there until she was 6. She was 6, and which means she started in the first form. In the sixth form, in sixth standard, there was a school called school, and headmistress was Mrs. Cuperus. At the end of the year, it means headmistress and Anne were both in tears because it is a heartbreaking scene. It's a farewell scene. She can't. It means they can't leave the school. That is why it means both get tears. It's a heartbreaking farewell. She was expressing in like this. In the summer of 1941, Grandma fell ill. Ill means something bad, serious health problem. Get ill and had to have an operation. Operation. So my birthday passed with little celebration. It means in 1941, her grandmother get ill. That is why her birthday passed with little celebration. Grandma died in January 1942. No one knows how often I think of her and still love her. This birthday celebration in 1942 was intended to make up for the other, and Grandma's candle was lit along with the rest. So here Grandma died in 1942 January. No one knows how often I think of her. She still think of her, still love her, and that is why in 1944 Anne's birthday also gets celebrated, and grandma's candle also put on the cake. Okay, the four of us are still doing well, and that brings to the present date of 20th June 1942 and the solemn dedication of my diary. So four, it means the four of us. Four of us means father, mother, and and also Margot, her sister, brings to the present date. Present date means here she is saying that present date 20th June 1942. It means the diary writing started. She was getting ready to start in diary on 20th June 1942. Okay. And the solemn dedication of my dad. This he started. She gets dedication to write in diary in 1942. 1942. 1942. 20th June 1942. Okay. Yes. So rest of the lesson we must discuss in the next class. So thank you very much.